What's going on, everybody? This is Jeff with Island Hopper TV, and today I'm coming to you from Providence, Rhode Island. And then this area to my left and right is the waterfront. It's quite the waterfront. I wanted to share a little story with you guys about the history of Providence. So in the 1800s, Providence was actually a colonial boomtown here in New England, and it received a lot of immigrants from Europe around 1835 to 1900, where the city expanded quite significantly, and it went through a period of expansion and growth. And then into the early 1900s, it was excelling heavy into jewelry and the textile business. But when the Great Depression happened, Providence got hit really hard by that. So that affected the prosperity of this area, which it still hasn't quite recovered, but it's recovered in a way that makes the city really nice. And so when you come here, you'll see beautiful buildings just like this here, and the waterfront, both of which we'll be exploring. I'll go right up next to this building here, and I'll also show you guys around the waterfront. We'll also take a look at some of the food you can eat, enjoy some of that. And so if you're wondering the name of this beautiful Capitol building here, it's Rhode Island State House. So Rhode Island is the smallest state. Wait, I don't know. I think Rhode Island's even smaller than Delaware. So pretty sure this is the smallest state. I'm almost 100% certain, but Delaware is pretty small too. Washington, D.C. I don't think is considered a state. It's a federal district. Nonetheless, we'll go check out this beautiful, pristine looking Capitol building. Kind of looks like the United States Capitol in DC. So I just want to show you guys this beautiful state Capitol here. In Providence, Rhode Island. It's made of marble, and the architecture on it is stunning. And this is a real jewel. I don't think people fully respect this thing. And this is a jewel. Absolutely. To hold forth a lively experiment that a most flourishing civil state may stand and be maintained with full liberty and religious concernments. That's what it says. So now we're heading towards the waterfront. Back alongside the Providence Place, which appears to be a mall. They have an Old Navy, P.F. Chang's, Panera Bread, Cheesecake Factory, DSW, so it's a great place. I might actually go in there tonight and see what kind of clothes they have, because most of my clothes that I've had been wearing on this trip, which is about 8 different clothes. No, maybe 9. And then a couple sweaters and jeans, because, you know, you can only fit so many clothes into a suitcase, but nonetheless, I have been wearing a lot of these clothes over and over and over, I feel. So I'm maybe going to refresh my wardrobe a little bit. Especially since it's starting to get a little bit chilly. You know, it's weird because it'll be 80 and then it'll swing lower to like 60s. So you'll have a high in the 80s, then you'll have a high in the 60s, then you'll have 2 days in the 70s, then it rain all day. So it kind of just fluctuates quite sporadically lately up here in New England. This is a lot of traffic though in this little area. Traffic just rush hour, Jeff. Come on now. Come on now. Alright, so we're finally gonna go down this waterfront. I may be on the right side or I may be on the wrong side, I don't know. I was speaking with a homeless lady who asked if I would film her. I told her I didn't know what to ask her, so I didn't have any context. But she told me some stuff about her situation. And she said that, wow, that fish just got he's got a big fish. A bird does. That's a pretty big fish for him. How did he kill it so fast? Or maybe he doesn't need to kill it as long as he's got it in that little basket. He knows it's his. Good job, seagull. The apex predator of the Atlantic. He's eating fresh sashimi. So this area here is called Union Plaza, where we're coming up to, along the waterfront, and it looks like those little baskets there are...
Hi, can I be in your vlog? Can I be in it, please?
Thanks, guys. So these things right here, they're some fire pits. Yeah, I can't let anyone be in my vlog, especially if they're under 18, because I need a form from them. Unless they actually, no, if they're under 18, I don't think I can let them be in my vlog, so they need parental permission. And if you guys think that's ridiculous, that's how the U.S. government is deciding to spend its time, and they fined YouTube $139 billion or something. I don't know if it's 139 million or 139 billion for child privacy law violations. So, somewhere down the line they determined that YouTube was violating child labor laws. Which, I don't know. But I do know it's affecting the algorithm, and a lot of content creators are suffering because of it, especially people who did toy reviews. Typically, regulation doesn't help the little man. It almost always empowers the big companies. So the children's television channels on YouTube will eventually have to cede their security or their situation to companies like Disney and whatnot, because Disney is prepared legally to be able to comply, whereas a smaller content creator who doesn't make billions of dollars per year makes maybe $1 million. I don't know, who knows how much they make, but $1 million on a high side, right? Even then, to get fully compliant is still a bit of a challenge. So again, more regulation that hurts the little guy and helps the big guy. That's what the government's doing, I think. I don't know. Rant over. So I've already had 2 homeless people ask me for money, and you don't really have a choice but to say yes, because they'll keep going and going. So let's see here, where am I going? I wanted to check out this park here. Okay, so this area right here, Kennedy Plaza, a little bit of a tough area to go. There's a lot of people kind of like loitering, not necessarily a dangerous place, I don't know, but there was a lot of chatter, a little bit of arguing going on among people, not just 1 or 2 people arguing with each other, but different subgroups of people just kind of arguing. I would say it seemed like a little bit of a place where the homeless would hang out. So beautiful little plaza, but I don't know, I've had people kind of ask me questions for money and stuff like that, so just keep that in mind. This road here is called Dorrance. It's kind of an interesting city when you get across the waterfront. I feel like maybe I should be walking over there, I don't know. You know, this kind of area right here a little bit reminds me of Portugal. Like, I've seen cities like this in Portugal, or at least downtown areas. That's kind of how Lisbon looks. I don't know. Maybe it's not Lisbon. Porto. I don't know. Alright, now I'm on Waybosset Street, and this is a different area of downtown. Thankfully it's a lot more chilled out. Here is Providence Theater, right on Richmond Street in Waybosset. We're gonna go over here across the way, see how this shapes up. The Pizza Clean right there. Walking around Federal Hill right here. So it looks like they've got some restoration projects underway out here for historical preservation. Let me see here. Alright, so here we are along this nice street here called Atwells and Dean Street. It's an Italian district on Federal Hill. around here. It is Friday night, approximately 6 o'clock. Plenty of Italian restaurants here. And we're going to a place called Pistache Desserts. I believe this is Little Italy. So this is called Federal Hill Stroll. Little Italy. Got an oyster bar over there. Alright, well, we'll cross. See what happens. Nice area right here. So that was pretty nice, having a little dessert, cappuccino, walking around the downtown area. Almost kind of do need a haircut. Really do. That's cool. Mixed Kebab Grill, Lebanese restaurant. Starting to pick up Friday night. The fun crew's coming out. Showing you guys across the way. See if we can cross the street here. It's funny because the street is actually colored in Italian colors, green, white, and red. So definitely a Little Italy. Really a cool spot. If you're coming to Providence, you got to come to Atwell Street, Federal Way. And this here is towards Brown University, Memorial Boulevard, College Street, right here. It's about 11 in the morning. And they've started to put the firewood in the waterfront here. So those will burn like luminaries. Pretty cool. Got that Venice-like gondola going. This is called the Canal Walk. And up here is going to be Brown University. And so we're going to go on the Canal Walk actually. This is the East End. Surprised those are still real wood burners and not natural gas at this point. Today I'm going to be headed towards Newport, Rhode Island. So check the channel for that video also. Still on the east end where Brown University is.